Up with KREM begins now.
Here we go, 6 o'clock here on your Monday. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Hernandez. We had a beautiful weekend.
Oh, so great.
We actually got a dry weekend. The sun was out. It was beautiful.
I hung my Christmas lights. The music is going.
I know, we did projects all weekend. So we got a meteorologist, Thomas Patrick, here with us. Thomas, we thank you for that. But coming up, looks like things are changing, right?
Yeah, and the only downside of this weekend was we didn't get an extra hour.
That's
this time compared to the previous weekend. Yeah, for this week though, we're gonna have most of our rain chances during the work week, which I think is okay, but we'll walk you through it. Looks like the first will be here later this afternoon. As for right now, things are dry. It's just cloudy with our temperatures cool, but not terribly cold. Our average lows are usually about 32 degrees, and we are technically above that right now. It has been mild for November, and that pattern is not going to change. Instead, a little bit of this rain, there's kind of a boundary right over northwestern Washington that will eventually give us some rain in Spokane, but probably not until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy morning, a few showers in the afternoon with high temperatures still just barely in the low 50s today.
Taking a live look at traffic now at I-90 and University. You can see barely any cars on the road this morning. The light messing with the camera just a bit, but the same thing goes across all of our region. We're not really seeing any major backups or congestion if you're heading out the door right now.
A live look from Washington, D.C. Breaking overnight developments, senators have reached a tentative deal to reopen the federal government. A procedural vote passed 60-40 with 8 Democrats crossing party lines to get it through. The bipartisan agreement still needs a final Senate vote, and then it's off to the House for approval. That could take a few days, but we could see a final Senate vote as early as today. The House is currently in recess and will have to return to Washington to vote with hopes of getting the government fully reopened by the end of the week. Stay with us. We're tracking developments out of Washington throughout the morning.
Well, on Friday, a judge ruled the Trump administration was required to fully fund SNAP. But this morning, things are still up in the air.
The USDA ordered states to stop SNAP benefits. Over the weekend, states were told to immediately undo steps taken to issue full benefits for this month. Here in Washington state, benefits were sent to around 250,000 households. However, the USDA says the full payments were, quote, unauthorized, and a state's failure to comply may lead to administrative costs and holding states financially liable for any overissuances that result from noncompliance.
It sends a message that the Trump administration does not care about people, at all. I mean, people have to eat.
Last Friday, the Supreme Court temporarily blocked a lower decision ordering the Trump administration to fully fund SNAP benefits. The top official in charge of SNAP called the program corrupt and praised the order. The president previously said SNAP will not be fully funded until the shutdown is over. With all of the uncertainty surrounding SNAP benefits, efforts to help those impacted by the shutdown are picking up.
KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live in the newsroom this morning. Brandon, you've learned about one local business that's helping out.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. Nicole, that's exactly right. I got a chance to chat with Spokane Food and Events. Every year, the catering business makes pre-made Thanksgiving meals to purchase, but this time around, they want the community to know a free option will be available for those who were hit by the government shutdown. So over the last 2 weeks, the catering company has been rounding up donations and collecting ingredients. Families can apply for the meal at SpokaneFoodAndEvents.com. The business owner says she's been in the position of needing help in the past. Now she feels she's in a place to help.
I have been on food stamps a couple of different times in my life, and so I deeply know the struggle. Maybe they can get a box of groceries, but maybe they can't make a full meal, or maybe they don't have a roasting pan or spices to cook a turkey or a can opener.
So if you're interested in volunteering to deliver meals, you can sign up through the catering company's website. They are also accepting donations, whether it be financially or through ingredients. We'll have more about how you can help on KREM.com later this morning. For now, live in the newsroom, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
New this morning, Great Harvest Spokane says they'll give anyone free bread and meals, no questions asked. They say this offer has no expiration date. They are inviting anyone who needs food to tell the staff they need to, quote, feed a friend, and they'll receive 2 sandwiches and a loaf of bread. This move is to help those in the community who have been impacted by the government shutdown and to help fight hunger in the community.
Spokane Public Library says its services might be changing next year if funding doesn't come through. The library says the city reduced their funding by 5% this year, and it looks the same for next year. The library says if that budget goes through, they might have to cut back on services and hours. As of right now, the City of Spokane budget funds 82% of the library's running costs. The Library Board of Trustees is now asking City Council to give them an extra 15% next year to make up for what they lost this year. Well, November is Native American Heritage Month. Over the weekend, Northern Quest held their dance championships.
Oh, this is so cool. Spectators at the Pend Oreille Pavilion watched different performances and music. One of the dances performed was in something called a jingle dress. You're seeing it here. The dance is more than a century old and is described as a healing dance. It's rooted in strength, pride, and resilience. It has helped heal the performer and also the community.
We become one. You know, even with all the women out there dancing the jingle dress, we're side by side, we're all one. We're not individual, we're not separate, because that's the healing part of it.
Well, the performer you just heard from, Joycelyn White, says the dance is something she did growing up with her family after the death of her brother. She also says her grandmother helped bring the jingle dress to powwows.
Well, otherwise, we'll have a chance for some rainfall by this afternoon, thanks to a pretty weak cold front that'll be coming through the inland northwest, but not until the afternoon hours. I have this at around 2 or 3 o'clock today. Pretty light rain, just a moment of some wet weather. In the meantime, temperatures are still milder than average. Since that cold front drops from the north to the south, our northern areas will get a little bit cooler as temperatures will be in the 40s there. Warmer conditions to the south, like over the Palouse, and a high of 55 in Pullman today.